into this one, and they'll start at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
He's got a man, complete. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Make that now 3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What did we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll go right back to the ground with Dickerson. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a give left side, it's Dickerson. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the 2nd half, he could be on his way to a career game.
They'll try and run for it. And Good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. 71 yards. And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Patterson now for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that can make this a three-possession game.
And his throw here is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Dickerson trying the right side. Oh, what a juke into space. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Rams have cut it back within a score. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
Now a toss going left. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the one. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the two-point attempt is turned aside. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
And I think the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Toss play to Sims.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. Fourth touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Lions are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
137 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. On third down, they turn to Sanders. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And some space here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there with his second touchdown of the night. And the Lions continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Dickerson on the handoff. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. A carry for Dickerson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a give left side to Falk. And he's going to have a Rams first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go right back to the ground with Falk. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Running right, here's Falk. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll run now with Dickerson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 187 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Sharks got it. Left side. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It'll be Warner on first down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. Finding room at midfield. A big play there for L.A. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. To throw, Warner. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now Warner's hit, and he loses it. And this is scooped up by the Lions. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Running it with Dickerson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 230 yards for him on the ground, as this has been a night to remember to this point.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And the slot man goes in motion left. On the give, here's Falk. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Eric Dickerson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now it's the backup Goff. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. The handoff. This is Falk. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Warner. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. There he goes, left side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.